All right, we're live. Awesome. Good evening, everyone. Just wanted to share real quick. I'm here at my office. I had to email a couple of people back and just do a little bit of admin work. But I wanted to share this email that I got from one of my subscribers, one of my viewers on this YouTube channel, and I thought it was a great question. A question that I think it would be helpful for a lot of people with these bigger breeds. It's about a Leonberger. And if you guys aren't not familiar with Leonbergers, they're the most majestic, just gorgeous, beautiful big dogs. There's a Leonberger that comes to the dog park that I go to, and he's a regular there. I forget his name. What's his name? Anyways, him and Dexter actually get along great. I mean, and he's so beautiful. He's so stunning, just breathtaking. How big and majestic they are. I actually put him on my Instagram a couple times too. I mean, just such a huge, beautiful dog. But they have a Leonberger. He's 1 year old, and they groom him themselves, and they're running into some issues. And so I wanted to get into it and see if I can, at least provide some options. Maybe not, because with dog grooming, there's no one size fits all solution. There's no such thing as like a cookie cutter approach, because every dog is different, every situation is unique. And so I'm not sure if I have the solution, but I have some options, and I want to see if I can help out. What's up, Lee? How are you? Okay, so let me go ahead and read this email. All right, I'm not going to screen share it because I don't want to give away any personal information from these people, so I'm just going to go ahead and read it. It says, "Hi June, I happened to stumble upon your website, your YouTube, while looking for info on ear plucking. I have a 1 year old Leonberger. He's very large," you're telling me, "over 130 pounds, still a puppy and growing." Can you imagine? He's still getting bigger? Oh my God. Not sure if you've ever had any experience grooming this kind of breed. And I have. I've groomed Newfoundlands. I've groomed Saint Bernards, big, dogs. They're not the same, but it's similar. But he has a lot of hair in his ears. I've been told by our vet that it should definitely be cleaned up. Yes, yeah, your vet is right. I can't find anyone in our area that even grooms giant-sized dogs. Could you guide me in how and what tools I would need to do his ears myself? I've been doing the grooming myself, which I commend. I think that's such a great. I'm a huge fan of owners grooming their own dogs, because for me, grooming is not just about getting it done. For me, grooming is a very intimate activity. It's a bonding experience, right? If you watch animals groom each other, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, intimate experience. It's trust, it's respect, it's mutual respect and mutual love. They're taking care of one another, right? So when you groom your dog, in my opinion, you're telling your dog in a way that they understand. It's going to be super crystal clear to them. You're telling them in their own language, I care about you. I love you. And I'm putting in the time and effort to make sure you feel good and you're comfortable and healthy because I care about you, right? You're saying all of this with your body language by actually doing it. So anyways, Alan Powell 2. What happened to Alan Powell 1? Troll too much? I'm kidding. It's been a while. YouTube suggested your video. Okay, cool. Oh, by the way, Alan, somebody sent me a link to the Jun the Groomer. Great work, buddy. Anyways, Pinkie Pie. Hey, June, hope you're well. Thank you, Pinkie Pie. How are you? Triple Lotus, what's up? Happy New Year. 2020, can you believe it? I was convinced when I was a kid, growing up in the 80s and 90s, I was convinced by now we would have flying cars. Where are the flying I'm kidding. You know what, though? I was at the dog park earlier, and I was walking back to my car. There's a father and 3 daughters walking, and 2 of his daughters were older, and they were riding those hover things, the things that these, what do you call those? I don't even know. But they have the 2 wheels, and you stand on them, right? And I was just watching them just floating, just gliding along, right? And they're on their phones and all this stuff. And I was like, I told the father, the dad, I was like, when I see those things, I see these kids just hovering around on that, I really do feel like we're in the future. I was like, look at this. Shoot, we got these handheld computer gadgets, and and they're riding around on these. I mean, it's crazy. Anyways, let me get back to the email before I get too carried away. Okay, so, oh yeah, that's right. Could you guide me on how and what tools I would need to clean his ears myself? Okay, so you don't need many tools to clean his ears, other than maybe a cotton ball, right? A cotton swab to get in there. But here's what I would suggest: if there's a lot of hair inside the ear canals, right? So you can't even see the hole, right? It's clogged up, and you can tell the air is not being able to flow into the ear canal. Then I would start with this. And you don't have to buy this exact brand. It's just, ear powder, healthy ear powder. And I did do a search online for ear powder for dogs. Let me see if I can screen share. Window capture. Okay. Let me see here. No. Google Chrome. Okay. Sorry, guys. Trying to share my. Okay. Never mind. I'm gonna figure this stuff out pretty sooner or later. Oh, you know what? Maybe I gotta do that, and then I gotta do that, right? No? Okay. Shoot. I'm so not tech savvy. Okay. Anyways, that was a fail. But you don't have to buy this exact brand. There's so many different kinds of brands. As long as you can buy the ear powder that's made for dogs, right? And what you want to do is you want to tap a little bit of this, the ear powder, onto their ear, right, in their ear canal. And it's better to use rubber tips, rubber gloves to get in there and pull. Me personally, it's not a good habit, I admit, but while I'm grooming and stuff like that, I did have these little rubber tips for my fingertips, and, for when I go in there and clean the ears and everything, or when I hand strip, to grip a little bit easier. I had those rubber finger tips. But I don't know. It's just to stop and put that on. So for me personally, this is not good habit, but I do make sure my hands are clean, and then I put the powder in the ear canal, and then I use my fingers and I pinch them out. Especially with the Leonberger, because their ear canals are pretty big. Now, when you're dealing with a smaller dog, a Maltese, Bichon, things like that, you may want to use hemostats to get in there and pull the hair out. Because your fingers, my fingers at least, are too thick. They're not really going to fit into small dogs' ears. But a Leonberger, there's plenty of room. Just get in there and pull it out. So you want to pinch and pull. And the reason why the ear powder helps is because without the ear powder, it kind of pulls and slips, and that's going to cause them pain. They're not going to like it. But with the ear powder, it's kind of like talc, or chalk, or when you chalk your fingers. But it helps grip those hairs easier. The oil and everything is not going to cause your fingers to slip off. So then you grip and you pull, just really quick, bam. And then they won't even feel it really. And bam, it just comes out. And you want to pull a little bit at a time. You don't want to just grab a big plug of hair and pull it all out at once. A little bit at a time. That way it doesn't yank too much. Once you have all the hair out of the ears, right? Then you want to get a cotton ball or a clean paper, tissue or something like that. And I'm using Zymox. You don't have to use this. Again, I'm not a brand guy, okay? So you don't have to use Zymox, but just get a good quality ear cleaner made for dogs, right? And then you can, I know some people that just pour the ear cleaner in the dog's ear canals. They swish it around, let the dog shake it out. And the way the dog's ear canal is shaped, like an L, there's not a risk of the ear cleaner, the solution, getting up into their ear canal. So it's just, they are able to shake it out. So you can put it in there. I personally don't like to. I like to get a cotton ball or, a paper towel and just put that on the tissue or paper towel or the cotton ball, and then use that and swab it out, and clean that ear out really good. So these are the two products I would suggest. And for a Leonberger, because the ear canal is so big, so large, I wouldn't really recommend any tools unless you want to get some rubber gloves or the rubber fingertips, right? Speaking of the rubber fingertips, my mom one day, because I had the pack. I had like a pack of 100 or 200 of those little rubber fingertips, right? And they're rolled up. They're rolled up. They come in a little circle, right? So I got this plastic bag full of these little rubber circles, and my mom, my mom comes into my room, and she throws the bag down right in front of me. Right? She throws it down at me. What's that? What is this? And I was like, what? I was like, they're rubber fingertips. I put it on my fingertips to help me grip the hairs easier, And then she goes, oh, okay. She walks away. And I was like, Mom, what were you thinking? I was like, oh, your mind was in the gutter. What did you think that I was for, And then immediately I took offense. Immediately I was offended. I was like, and I was like, and by the way, I'm larger than that. By the way, Mom, look at my hands. Big hands mean big feet. Big feet means big shoes, right? But anyways, I was just like, Mom, first of all, why would I buy that many? I was like, why would I need that many? And why would I just leave it out? And why are they so small? Anyways, let's see here. Soft knowledge, Maynard. How can I do a blowout in an apartment or customer's home? Oh, you mean like blow drying the dog out? So I have a force dryer, but I also carry a hand dryer. Like just the regular handheld dryers for our head. And today was a perfect example. I was in a client's home. I was grooming a Cavachon bear, one of my favorite clients. And the thing is, the very first time I groomed him, he was crying, yelling, jumping, scared of everything. But today he was a really good dog. He got a little bit antsy on the table a little bit, so I let him out and he went poo. And then after he went poo, put him back on the table, behaved like a champ. But when I was drying him, I used the force dryer this time. I usually use the hand dryer because the force dryer spooks him. But since he was doing so good today and we made so much progress, I was like, I'm going to give it a shot, So I turned my force dryer on and I was drying him on the lower setting so it doesn't, blast him. But he was just not having it. He was scared. I guess the higher velocity, the force of the air spooked him. And so he started crying and he started jumping around a little bit. So I turned it off and then I just used the regular air dryer, the hand dryer that he's used to, and he was fine. So, and the thing is, when I use the regular handheld dryer, I noticed that it doesn't take that much longer than the force dryer. Time-wise, it doesn't take that much longer. But the amount of effort that goes in is night and day. Because the force dryer, you're just holding it, right? You just hold it and the air, blasts the hair and gets it all fluffed out for you. When I'm using the handheld dryer, I have to use a comb or a slicker brush, and I got to actually brush the hair while I'm drying them. So that's the only difference, a little bit more effort. But I would say that in an apartment or a customer's home, I just take a broom with me as well, and I just clean up as best as I can. But yeah, that's what I do. Or if they tell me, like, I really don't want you to blow dry my dog in the house, I don't want the dust or anything like that, I'll say, okay, what would you suggest? And they say, can you dry him outside? And it's cold, like today, the winter, I'd say, no, I can't. It's too cold. And if they say, well, what are you going to do? How are you going to dry him? I'd say, exactly. How am I going to dry him? What would you suggest? I have an idea. How about I don't come back? See ya. I mean, I don't know. I think that for me, I think word has been going around, especially on these next door sites. Some of my clients have been, I feel like some of them have been tiptoeing around me, like kind of being very careful walking on eggshells. And I think it's because word has gone around about how quickly I fire people. And I never look back. I never call them back. And I think that people are afraid that I'm going to fire them for no reason or something like that, or because they said something that offended me. It's not that at all. I'll tell you why I fire people. The reason why I go out and put 4 hours worth of sweat and effort into each dog, right? 4 to 5 hours on each dog. And I put everything I have into it because I love this work. And I love feeling like I'm making a real difference and a real impact on these people's lives, right? And on the dog's life, right? I love making people happy. And I love how happy people are when they see their dog nice and fluffy and, beautiful. Now, when I get the feeling that the client is not happy with my work, right? And they don't even have to say anything. They don't have to say thank you, oh, I love you. They don't have to go over the top like that to show me they appreciate me. You just get that feeling sometimes, that just kind of like a cold feeling, like just they don't really appreciate what you did. They don't really value what you did. They're not really happy. Well, I will give it 2 or 3 chances, but if I still get that feeling after 3 visits that they're just not very enthusiastic, or they're not really happy with what I'm doing, maybe I'm taking too long, maybe they think I'm charging too much, whatever, then I fire them. I just let them know I'm not coming back, because the reason why I do the work that I do is because I love the feeling that I can do something, the work that I do, the skills that I bring to the table, the effort that I put in actually makes people happy. They actually feel happy because I went there and I did my work. Now, if I feel like I'm just going there to get paid, then I'm out. I don't care, I'm not there just to get paid. I'm there to try to make a difference, and I'm there to make my day meaningful, right? Because I want each day to feel like I went out and I made a difference, that I did something that was meaningful, that I did something that mattered to someone, right? Or even if it's just for me, I did something that mattered to me. Now, if I get that feeling, if I go out to work one day and I put all this effort in and I get their dog looking nice and they're just like, here's, how much is it again? Okay, thanks. And I kind of get that feeling like they don't really appreciate what I'm doing, then yeah, I don't want to go back. So anyways, I don't even know how I got there, but yeah, lock, soft, knowledge, Maynard, I would say just just explain to them. I mean, I have to get your dog dry. I can't just leave your dog wet, soaking wet, and I got to dry them somewhere, If you like, let me go in the restroom. I'll close the door in the bathroom and I'll dry them in the bathroom, and then it'll be easier. The hair will be contained and I can clean up the bathroom for you, But yeah, if somebody gives me too hard of a time and it feels like mission impossible, every time I'm going to groom their dog, it just seems like another, like, I don't know. Steve Jobs, he was saying that if you have too many days where you wake up in the morning and you don't really like what you're doing, then you're probably not on the right track. If I'm about to go to my client's house, right, and I get this feeling of anxiety, and I get this feeling like, oh, what am I going to deal with today? I hope they don't complain about this time. I'm out. I don't want to do it anymore. And sometimes some of my clients, I have to get better about this. Sometimes I'm too honest, and my mother has actually addressed that with me, and she told me, like, you say you're being honest, but really it comes across as very rude and very inconsiderate. You hurt people's feelings. So I got to be a little bit more careful about how I say things, because I told one guy, I don't like you. I was like, I never liked you, and you're always so mean and rude. And I was like, I've been trying to keep it civil because I like your family and I love your dog. So I've been trying to keep it civil, but you make it so difficult. So I'm never coming back. And then he said, I'm sorry you feel that way. I said, yeah, me too. And then he goes, good luck. And I said, thanks. And I walked out. I never went back. And I probably shouldn't have done that. I think I was a little bit too honest about exactly how I felt about him. I probably just, should have thought of a different way to word it. But he just really upset me that day, and he was really rude. And I was going through a lot of emotional, difficult stuff with my own personal life, because I was, the divorce was fresh and it was going. So I was going through a lot emotionally myself, and he was being particularly rude, like he always was, standoffish, cold. And so that day, I remember what it was. He stuck his head out. I'm setting up out in their patio. He sticks his head out. And he says, he sticks his head out and he just watches me. And I can see him out of the corner of my eye just watching me. And so I looked at him and I said, can I help you? And then he goes, Is that where you usually set up? And mind you, I've been going and setting up exact same spot, grooming their dog for like almost 2 years, right? At that location, at their location. So I was like, what are you talking about? You sit there and you watch me groom your dog every single time, and I sit up right here every time. What do you know? So I was like, I just looked at him confused. I was like, yeah, I like you always see me set up right here, you know. He goes, well, can you not set up on the play mats? And I was like, where should I set up then? He goes, in the corner there, where there's nothing, you know, where's the just the cement, and there's just this little space where the table, where you like only the table would fit. And so I'm thinking, you want me to squeeze in that corner? Why exactly? Because you don't want me on the playmats? What? You know? So then he goes back. I asked him like here, like right here. You want me to set up here? He goes, yeah. And he closes the door. He goes back inside. So I said, oh hell yeah, it's on. So then I started packing up my stuff. I folded up my table, got my backpack back on, and that's when I went inside. And I was like, I'm never coming back. You know, and I was like, I don't like you. I've been trying to keep it civil, but you make it too difficult, so I'm never coming back. You know. So that's kind of what started it all, but I got to get better at that. I have to control my emotions. I'm a horrible poker player. I have no poker face. If I'm upset, you will know. I just can't hide it. If I'm happy, you will know. I mean, I just can't stop cheesing sometimes because I'm like, stop smiling. You know, I can't help it. But anyways, it's just me. And I understand. I recognize my flaws and I'm trying to work on it. But anyways, Hannah May, what grooming software do you use and like best? Looking for a new software. So I used to use StoreVantage. I really like StoreVantage. I've used Pet123 when I was in Arizona. And then they changed over to, I forget which software they changed over to when I was at Pet Club. They changed it over to another company. Probably best I don't remember their name because it sucked. It really sucked. I mean, all of us hated the new software. So I like Pet123. I like StoreVantage, but right now I'm using Google for everything. So I use Google Calendar to put everybody on the calendar, and when I put their email address on the appointment, it puts it on their calendar as well. So even if they have an iPhone, because I have an Android, but even if they have an iPhone, whatever, when I put it on the Google Calendar and I put their email address on there, it automatically puts that appointment on their calendar as well, on their phone. And I use Gmail to communicate with everyone. So I use Gmail, Google Calendar, and Google Contacts to put all my contacts in. So that's what I use now. Morgan Nelson, LOL, that's crazy. What's up, Morgan? How are you? Shoot, Morgan, I've been thinking about you. Seriously, I've been thinking remember we were talking about doing like a podcast thing together about dog grooming. Oh man, it hasn't left my mind. I know you're busy. I'm super busy, but it's 2020. It's a new year, new plans. Morgan, let's try to hook up. Go Groomer, hello sunshine. What's up, Amy? How are you? Amy from Go Groomer. I got a famous groomer in my. No, I was kidding. Oh man, that's awesome though. Because if you guys don't know, Amy has a YouTube channel called Go Groomer, and she streams live every Monday at 5:30. She also does other videos where she posts very helpful information for pet owners. So yeah, she's pretty famous. I can say legit. I'm friends with the famous groomer. Pauline, what's up, Pauline? Lee, that is hilarious. Sue, hi, handsome. Is somebody behind me? No, I was kidding. You talking about me? Wow, thank you. Pinkie Pie, haha. Dog grooming with Melissa. What's up, dog grooming with Melissa? Victoria, I'm starting my brand new house call business next month. Congratulations. I've been grooming in a salon for 5 years. How many dogs do you average a week or per day? I'm worried I'm going to mess up my scheduling. You may mess it up, but it's okay. That's how we learn, right? As long as you learn from your mistakes, then it's not really a mistake. It's a lesson, right? So I wouldn't worry about messing things up. I mean, you really can't mess things up any worse than I did. And I'm fine. I think I'm the best living example of that. You could just be a clumsy, just an idiot. You could be a clumsy, fumbling idiot, right? And people will still, and you say all the wrong things, and you make situations very awkward, right? People will still hire you as long as you do a really good job. I'm a perfect example. I've said some really weird things to my clients, and they still have me come and groom their dogs. They don't hang out much anymore. They don't hang out and talk to me much anymore. They just leave me alone. But still, at least I'm still invited over, right? Even though I said some crazy stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much, Victoria, about messing up or anything like that. Who cares? Mess up, you know? And then life is not meant to be lived error-free, right? And here's the thing. The word sin, the Greek definition of the word sin means to miss the mark, right? Now, I'm practicing archery, not as often as I like, but I am practicing and I'm getting better, right? Now, here's the thing. When I first started, shooting those arrows, right? I lost I lost so many in my backyard. I don't even know where they went. And I didn't want to go out inside and shoot the arrows anymore. I just didn't want to do it because I was like, I suck. And I'm tired of missing the target. I'm tired of missing the mark. I'm tired of sinning, in the Greek definition. So I just kind of didn't want to do it, but I made myself go out there and just keep trying, right? And then it started to click. It started to feel a little bit more natural. I got used to it. It became more familiar, and now I can actually hit the target, not the bullseye, but I can actually hit the target, the box. My point is, we can never get good at hitting the mark if we're too scared of missing the mark. We have to be willing to be missers of the mark, so to speak, in order to get better at actually hitting the mark. You're never going to be able to hit the mark unless you're willing to go through all of that trial and error and be willing to miss the mark. Be willing to fall, look bad, get embarrassed. You have to be willing to go through that. And then you start getting better and better. Now you start hitting the mark. And then you become this person where it seems like anything you touch turns to gold, But I'm not there yet. I still have to fail a few more times, I guess. But it's just, I think the fear of failure sometimes stops us from crossing that bridge and getting to the other side where we can live our best life, right? Because we went through all the failures and we learned from those experiences, but we can't learn from those experiences if we're too scared to even have the experiences because we're afraid that we're going to mess up, right? So don't be afraid of messing up, Victoria. In fact, chase it down. Try to mess up as much as you can. See how many times you can mess up and still be alive, I guess. But I don't let the fear of failure, don't let the fear of messing up or embarrassing yourself or looking bad, don't let that stop you, right? I mean, look at me. Shoot. I've messed up a lot, and I did it publicly. And there have been a few times where I just wanted to disappear and I just wanted to crawl into a small hole and just disappear forever. I was so embarrassed. But I mean, hey, in fact, I don't even think anybody even thinks about all the bad mess ups that I had. I don't think anybody really even thinks about it. It's me. I dwell on it, Okay. Edu do. Salve boa nua. Oh man. Can somebody translate that for me? Because I don't know. Sobre. Suavidade. I want to believe that he's calling me smooth. Okay. Sue Odom, I totally agree. I do the same. Okay, me too. I want to be proud of what goes out of my doors. Exactly, Sue. Yeah. If the moment I feel like I'm just going to work to get a paycheck, then I don't want to groom dogs anymore. Dogs are too important to me. They're too sacred. They're too noble a creature for me to treat them like that. If I'm going to go to work just to make money, just for a paycheck, I'm going to go back to the corporate world. I'm going to go back to car sales. I'm going to go back to recruiting, doing something. I would rather do that just for a paycheck than this. This work to me is just too... I mean, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's sacred. It literally feels sacred to me, this work, I literally have like a process that I go through when I go to my client's home. And I meditate before I get there. I turn on flow state music on YouTube so I can get into the flow state. I bond with the dogs. It's just, for me, It's almost a spiritual experience to groom a dog. So for me, I feel like I honor grooming dogs. The activity, I feel like it's too. What is the right word? It's too honest, right? Because dogs, that's one thing I love about dogs, how their honesty. They're so honest. They're never gonna manipulate. They don't have an agenda. When they come and show you affection, they're not trying to get money from you. You know, they're not trying to get something out of you. They just want to show you affection because that's what they do. So for me, Sue, I'm with you. If I cannot feel proud of the work that I do with dogs, I do not want to continue the work. Dog grooming with Melissa. I don't do house calls, but I groom from home, and I get the same feeling. Okay, let me see here. Locksoft Knowledge, Maynard says, thanks for answering my question. You're welcome. Sue says, we do like to feel appreciated. Exactly. I just feel like if you don't appreciate my artwork, I gotta find another audience, right? I gotta find somebody else to serve, to give my heart to, because I'm putting my heart into my work. It's my art. And if you don't really like it, it's not meant for you, It's kind of like if Jackson Pollock offered me one of his paintings, and I'm just like, oh, thanks, bro. He'd probably be like, oh, you know what? Never mind, because people are paying millions of dollars for my drip art. If you don't like it, please tell me so I don't have to give it to you. I don't want to waste one of these. They're precious to me. That's probably what he would say. And I'd say, thanks, bro, because I was feeling real uncomfortable, and I really don't like your style of art. That sucks. Thank you. I don't want it. Anyways, dog grooming with Melissa says, I dealt with the client that got mad I made her pay the late pickup fee, and she said, I'll never be back. I told her, good, I'm not a babysitter. Nice. Yep. Lee says, he sounds like a dick. I mean, he may not be. He may not be a dick. Maybe that's just his personality. Maybe he's just not a very warm person. But it just rubbed me the wrong way that day, and I really didn't like it. I was just like, I didn't like the way he was glaring at me while I was setting up. I was like, what are you doing? Are you challenging me? Like, what is this? Some sort of like power play? Are you trying to establish your dominance over me or something? Because you can have it. I don't care. You're the more dominant one. Perfect, bro. Can I do my work now? Can you leave me alone? Like, I don't know. I'm just, I've never really been that way, and I never really enjoyed that kind of thing. If somebody was like, hey, you want to fight? I think you're a pussy or something. I'd be like, oh, thanks, bro. You're right. Have a great day. I don't care. What's up, Cher? Poker face. Nice. Deborah Lido says, hi, June. So good to see you. So good to see you too, Deborah. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining. And I'm going to get back to that email. I just want to make sure the people who are actually here asking questions get acknowledged. Let's see. Dog grooming with Melissa. Pawfinity is popular in Arizona. Pawfinity. Okay. I'm going to have to look that up. Pawfinity in Arizona. Pamela Thrasher. What up, June? What up? How are you? Jessica Anderson. Hi, June. What's up, Jessica? Oh, Jessica Anderson. I recognize that name. What's up, Jessica? Lee says, Jamie is awesome. Jamie. Who was I talking about? Jamie. Jamie is awesome. Who's Jamie? You stumped me, Lee. Jamie is awesome. Where did that come from? And where did I... Okay, yeah, I don't know. We'll get back to that. Pamela Thrasher. Hi, Melissa. What's up, Pamela? Sue Odom. Dog grooming says, hi, Pamela. Okay, perfect. So everyone's saying hi. Let me see here. Melissa, ask him his opinion on your venture you are considering. Oh, okay. Let's see. Too Precious? Share 'em? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, the work that I do, I don't want to say precious though. It's like, oh, my precious. Like I don't know. Like it almost seems arrogant. My work is precious. It's priceless. That's not what I mean. I just mean that the work that I do, it means so much to me. It's so meaningful to me. That I don't want to give it to someone that it doesn't really mean that much to. Um, Full respect and honor the dog. Dog backwards is God. Yeah, exactly. And there's a joke. Do you know what a dyslexic atheist does? No, okay. The joke is, what does a dyslexic atheist do at night? No. Oh, shoot. A dyslexic atheist insomniac. That's the joke. Here I am ruining jokes. So what does a dyslexic atheist insomniac spend their time doing? They stay up all night wondering whether or not there is a dog. Anyways, I ruined that, and I said it took too long. I just totally ruined it. CD, it's so nice to see you again. What's up, CD? You too. I was getting worried. You deserve great success and happiness. Oh, thank you, CD. A lot of people actually contacted me, and they were saying that they were so worried about me because I wasn't making videos and everything. And I was actually thinking like I was being a bother. I was like, people are probably tired of hearing from me. I was like, and I was just thinking. I've made so many videos and I put so much content out there. I was like, what more is there to say? And I was like, I think I'm good. I was like, I think I put enough out there. Anybody that, was curious about anything, this or that or another, I mentioned it at one point in one of the videos, like the hundreds of videos that I've already made. And I was just thinking like, yeah, I think it's time for me to just kind of go away for a while, and just do my thing, take care of myself, my family. But then people were reaching out to me, and one lady told me, that she really misses my videos. And she was saying it's kind of like I get to hang out with you. She was like, it feels like we're just hanging out. And so, wow, I'm not gonna choke up. Who's sensitive? I'm not sensitive. Shoot, I don't care. But yeah, it really touched me, and I'm not gonna cry. But I was like, okay, if people are wanting to hear from me, shoot, I'm happy to do it. It's just that I kind of felt like maybe I was overdoing it. Maybe I was over posting, oversharing. And also I was going through a tough time, and I was like, people don't want to hear about, the hard times that I'm going through. I was like, nobody wants to hear a sad story. So I just kind of stayed to myself a little bit, did a lot of soul searching. But yeah, it's good to be back. Let's see here. Pamela, awesome. Sue says, what are your feelings on working for yourself opposed to working for corporate? I love working for myself. Well, really, I'm working for my clients, right? They're my new boss. So instead of having one big boss, I have 37 individual bosses, right? But I like it. I really like it. It kind of gives me the feeling that I'm in charge of my own destiny, right? I'm in charge of my life, and I have a job, right? It is a job, because if I don't show up to work, nothing runs, right? And a business runs whether you're there or not. So I don't have a business, I have a job, but it's a job that I made for myself. It's a job that I created for myself, doing work that I love to do, that I'm good at, and that people value and like. And this is the way I get to go and make an income for myself. I was like, wow, I feel so incredibly lucky because, first of all, I know that there are lots of people out there that live their whole lives sometimes, and they never find that thing, that one thing that really excites them every day, to go out and do. And so I feel lucky right there, right off the bat. I feel lucky that I found something that I love to do, that I'm good at. And then I get to choose who I work with. If I don't like the client, or I get the feeling that they don't like me, I don't have to go back, And I love the freedom of choosing what I get to do each day, So I love it. I mean, I feel like nothing compares. If If you ask me to go back to corporate, I'd say, oh, why? What did I do? Did I do something wrong? um, Lee Rowley says, go groomer. Lion of Judah, hey June, it's Tabitha. What's up, Tabitha? Nice to see you tonight. Dog you posted on Facebook today was gorgeous. Oh, awesome, thank you. Yeah, well, today I didn't even post a dog. I groomed the dog today, but I knew that they were the owners. They go to Athens, and so or they needed to leave the house, So I kind of got the feeling like they're waiting on me. They can't leave until I leave, So I was like, I gotta get out of here, So after I was all done, oh my god, I wanted to take a picture so bad because he looks so beautiful, right? Oh my god, so soft. And so I wanted to take a picture, but I just got this feeling like if I was them, if I put myself in my client's shoes, and I gotta get out of the house, right? And I'm all packed, I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting on him to finish grooming my dog, and he's sitting there perfecting it, whittling away, And then he's sitting there like trying to take a picture, stay still, bear, I would be a little annoyed. I mean, I'd understand, he's trying to take a picture of his work. He's proud of it. I understand, but I'd be a little annoyed. Like, come on, I gotta go, So I was just thinking about how my clients. I was trying to, think of it from their point of view. So as soon as I was done, I was like, here you go, Bear. You're all done, and let the family love on him. So I didn't get any pictures today, but that's okay. I'm not June the photographer. I'm June the groomer, right? And so my clients are not paying me for nice pictures of their dogs to be posted on social media. That's just a bonus for me. That's just my own pleasure because I love showing off my artwork. But really, when it comes down to it, my clients are paying me to groom their dogs and do it safely, right? And do it, provide them with the quality work. And so I know that is the main focus. So today, I knew they had to leave. And so, boom, I was done. Let them down, packed up, and I was out of there. But yeah, I really wish I got the picture today. Let's see here. CD, never tired of your videos. Wow, thank you, CD. Shoot, I get self-conscious, man, and I know it's something that I need to work on, but I just tell myself like, like people don't really want to hear from you, like I don't know. It's like. I'm always struggling with this feeling that people don't like me, Sue says, never feel that way. Thank you, Sue. Hi, Beverly. How are you? Oh, no, she was saying hi to Amy. Beverly coming on my live stream to say hi to Amy just because she's more famous. It's all good. It's all good, though. By the way, can I get an autograph from Amy? Dog grooming with Melissa. Just want to let you know I've been grooming for 3 years and learned all my dog handling skills from you. Whoa, really? There's other groomers out there on YouTube that kill my soul. I love everything about the way you work. Wow, Melissa? Okay, so the royalty check, you can make it out to... I'm kidding. Good for you, Melissa. And thank you so much for giving me the credit. It's undue because you did all the work. You deserve all the credit. But if you're gonna give me some credit, I'll take it, baby. you don't know who you're dealing with. I'll take it, baby, whether it's deserved or not. Give me credit, I'll take it. Beverly Gregg, I got an offer from my first vet to start grooming at his clinic. Very much appreciated, but I believe I'll be happier working for myself. Yeah, but and you do have the experience, right? Is that what I read earlier too? Like you have 5 years experience or so. Okay, and I would say that then good. The only thing I would kind of caution, right? Newer groomers going out on their own too soon. That's the only thing I would kind of not really recommend, and I wouldn't encourage it. You can do it, of course, but I wouldn't encourage it because that's what I did as well. I started my own grooming shop, right? With the $5,000 base rent overhead. That's not even including tax and cam. Right? That's so tax and cam on top of $5,000 plus my utilities, plus taxes, plus payroll. I didn't know what I was getting into, and I wasn't even that confident in my grooming skills because I've only been grooming for like almost maybe 2 years, like including the bathing. As a groomer, as like officially a groomer, a dog groomer doing haircuts, probably only a year experience when I opened up my shop, right? Um, so I was not ready, and it was pretty apparent. Even though my grooms they looked nice, and I built a good reputation, it took too long. I took too long on each dog, and I wasn't able to cover my expenses. And every month I went further and further in the hole, and then next thing you know, almost 2 years of doing that, and I'm in debt over $50,000 to my landlord. It's like, oh my God, how do I get out of this hole? So that's the only thing I would say. That's the only word of caution I would give. If you're a newer groomer, I would say even if it sucks, and even if your boss really sucks, try to stay there and learn as much as you can, and at least get those hours on the saddle. You know what I mean? The hours in the seat. Get the hours on the mat, the at bat. So you get more familiar, more confident, and then you're ready. Maybe I'd say maybe 3 to 5 years is a good time period. 3 to 5 years to work under somebody, to work with others, and learn as much as you can from as many groomers as you can, right? And then, like Bruce Lee says, take and use what is useful, discard what's not, and create a style unique to you, of your own, your own unique style. And then after 3 to 5 years of working, if I could go back into the past, go back in and talk to my old self, I would tell him, hey, don't do it, don't do it. But then knowing myself though, I'd be like, you're just a hater, you don't know, I would have still done it. So I know I can't talk anybody out of it, just knowing myself as well. So Beverly, if you have kind of already made up your mind to go out on your own and work for yourself, that's probably what you're gonna do, right? But yeah, it helps to write the pros and cons as well, and just put it on paper, so that's not in your head, and you're not so emotional about it. Once it's on piece of paper, you're looking at it, you could be more objective, because now it's outside of you, and you can look at it from an outside point of view, and you can kind of, make a little bit more, I guess, thoughtful decision, Let's see here. Mariah G. Dawes, or is that? I don't know. Hello, Jun. You are always so inspirational. I love your words. You would always have important things to share. Wow, thank you, Maria. I appreciate that. Lee, Bear is awesome. Yeah. Yes, we do. Like you. Oh, wow, thank you, CD. Awesome. Fishing for compliments. You know what I'm saying? I'm just fishing for compliments. Carlana Brown. Some people like you, some people don't. Love the ones who do, forget the ones who don't. Exactly. And and I realize it's actually unfair of me to expect everybody to like me, because do I like everybody? No. Well, then it would be hypocritical of me to expect everybody to like me. Dog Grooming with Melissa. Waha, you deserve it 100%. Oh, thank you. CD, I agree with Melissa. Your handling skills has helped me too. Wow, thank you. ITZ Rambo. I'm new to grooming. But okay, just so you guys know, I'm not like this master seafood guru dog, because let me just share a kind of embarrassing thing that happened, right? This was just a couple weeks ago, a week or two ago. Let me see if I can check on my phone here when it actually happened. Shoot, I don't even know when it happened now, because I think I took it off the calendar or something. But anyways, so I'm not taking any new clients, right? But one of my clients who I love, they're so awesome to me, right? They just treat me so well. So they referred one of their friends, and I was like, oh man, I gotta try to squeeze them in, right? So I squeezed them in, and I go to their house, I set up my table, and their English golden retriever, English cream golden retriever, right? Biggest one I've seen so far. And I groomed 2 English golden retrievers, English cream, and I've never seen one this big. And I even told her, I was like, she kind of looks like a Great Pyrenees, And anyways, so I put her on the table, jumps off. And well, the first time she jumps off, I caught her and I gently put her back on the table, right? And I'm grooming. She jumps off again. The table falls over, slams on the ground, right? And the grooming arm is attached to this clamp, and the clamp is made out of plastic. Now I got a metal one, but the plastic clamp shatters when it hits the floor, right? And so now she runs off with the grooming loop on her neck, and it's attached to the metal grooming arm, and she's running around their backyard. Well, she runs to the house first. She runs inside the house, and the metal grooming arm is clanking everywhere, scratching up their floors, hitting their furniture. And this is a very nice house, okay? And then she run. I'm like, I'm frozen. I'm just like, what do I do, you know? And so she runs out the other door. Now she's in their backyard, and their backyard is open to the golf course, right? So she's running around. Every once in a while, I hear the metal grooming arm clanking somewhere. And I'm just like, oh my God. And the owner's like calling her dog, you know, and I'm just like, oh my, this is so bad. This is so bad, right? And then she finally gets her to come, and I'm just like, I'm thinking, what do I do? And so I just told her like, and she was like, oh, it's fine, it's okay, you know, like, and she was like, do you want to, you know, I was like, yeah, I'll groom her. But then afterwards, right, I turned on the force dryer to try to blow out some of the, you know, coat and everything, the dander, and she flips out. And I put cotton balls in her ears so that she wouldn't, you know, the noise wouldn't bother her so much, she wouldn't flip too much. And I turned on the force dryer, the high velocity air dryer, and it goes, and she flips out, right? And I'm holding her with the groovy loop, and then I turn the thing off, and I can't remember if I took the cotton balls out or not, because I finished her up, I scissored around her feet, I did her nails, and then I'm driving home, and I can't remember if I took the cotton balls out of her ears or not. And I'm just like, oh my God, do I message this new client? I mean, she's probably not a new client anymore. I haven't heard back from her. But I was like, oh my God, do I send her a message? You know? So I slide into her DM, right? On Instagram. I slide in her DM, and I'm like, I can't remember. I said, can you check her ears for me? I can't remember if I took the cotton balls out of her ears or not. I told her I plugged her ears so that she wouldn't, you know, get too scared of the noise, and I can't remember if I took them out or not. Could you check them for me? And I didn't want to send the message because it makes me look even worse than I already look. But then I was thinking, just in case I did forget to take them out, if we leave them in there for a few days, it could cause a lot of problems. So I was like, even if it does make me look bad, and even if it does cost me this relationship with this new client, I still have to let them know, right? So I didn't hear back from him, and then I was starting to get self-conscious, and I was just thinking, oh my God, like maybe I should send them another message and explain or tell them how sorry I am. I was like, no, forget it, you know. And I told myself, what if they're just busy? You know, what if they're just busy? You know, I'm not gonna take it personally, whatever. But the only reason why I'm sharing this is just so you guys don't put me on a pedestal. I'm nothing special, and anything great you see in me, it's actually in you. You're actually projecting, Melissa and CD and everyone, you're actually projecting the great qualities that are in you. You're projecting them onto me. And even if I did possess them, you wouldn't even recognize it if it wasn't in you. So just know that I'm no better than anyone else. In fact, I'm embarrassingly flawed, right? I'm an embarrassingly flawed person. So don't put me on a pedestal, and don't think that I'm better than you at anything. You know, so please, I really don't even like sharing that story because it makes me look so bad, and I'm embarrassed. But just so you know, things like that happened to me too. You know, just a couple weeks ago. Okay. ITZ Rambo. It's Rambo. What's up? It's Rambo. I'm new to grooming. Any tips? Yes. Lots of wine. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Any tips? New to grooming. Okay. What would I have liked someone to tell me when I started grooming? Let me get back to that, because I don't want to just say anything, you know, like look both ways, you know. Let me think about that and try to give you some advice that I wish somebody would have told me when I first started. I'm just picturing this and dying. Sue, my dog is deaf. Sorry. Oh my goodness, I gotta pull my nose. CD says that's happened to me about the cotton. I did call the owner and asked him to check. It was so embarrassing, but the owner was understanding. Was so understanding. Awesome. And you know, like, yeah, I really didn't. And I even told myself, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. I was like, I'm sure I did. Let's just leave it. But then I was like, what if I didn't though? You know, that small chance that I didn't actually pull them out, because I just couldn't remember, because so much happened. And she flipped out, and I was just worried about other things, and I couldn't remember if I pulled them out or not. I think I did, and I'm almost positive I did. But that little small percentage of doubt, you know, I just couldn't leave it. And so I went ahead and messaged her and let her know that I'm an idiot. Sue says, Jun the Groomer, done my dog, and now it can. Oh, Sue, Jun the Groomer, done my dog, and now it can't hear. LOL. Uh-huh. Oh, man. Dog grooming, Melissa, you're a true inspiration, though. I want to make sure people understand my motivation, my intention for making these videos, for even starting my channel back in 2012. I mean, I really just wanted to be helpful, you know? And even to this day, that's the only motivation and the only real inspiration for the videos that I make, for anything that I do on YouTube or anything, because I have nothing to sell. I have no courses to sell. I got nothing to sell you. I mean, you know, yeah, I can't even take any new clients. So, yeah, I mean, I just want people to know that I just love sharing, and I love connecting, and I love feeling helpful. Like, for me, I think that's what I want on my grave, on my tombstone, you know? Instead of, you know, this man was richer than you, or this man was smarter than you, or this man was better than you, or anything like that. Or, you know, I would want something, you know, I want my life to be one of service to others, you know, and I want my tombstone to say, this man was helpful, you know, or at least tried, you know. Dog, get a tissue. Oh yeah. And I need to get some more tea, but I don't want to walk away from the audience. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish this up and finish up that email. Okay, so we got to the ear part, right? The ear powder and then ear cleaner. And you don't have to use these brands, but you know, this is just what I'm using at this moment. Okay. I bought a professional dryer, which is good. And this is back to the email, okay, about the Leonberger. So just to recap for people who are joining in now, the person who emailed me, she's saying that she has a 1-year-old Leonberger, 130 pounds, over 130 pounds, and still growing. And she wanted advice on how to clean the ears, and that's why I went through that. And then she's saying, I bought a professional dryer. I definitely struggle with shampoo and conditioning. I would say it's because his fur is so thick and long. When I put the conditioner, I try to let it sit for at least 10 minutes and comb his fur out then to help with the knots. But when I rinse and then blow dry, it seems to just knot up even more as I'm blow drying. It's the strangest thing to watch. It's as if the loose undercoat is coming off but tangling with the coat that's still on. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Maybe I'm using the wrong kind of shampoo and conditioner. I've used a lot of different brands. Any advice you can give me, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much and have a lovely day. Signed, Oprah Winfrey. I'm kidding. And I said, hey, here, listen up, Oprah. I'm kidding. So this is just what I replied back. And I told that person, this is just my personal opinion based on my personal experience. But I think that the brushing and combing is much more important than the shampoo and conditioner. I teach brush more and bathe less. When I groom a Leonberger or a Newfoundland, it usually takes hours upon hours of brushing and combing. I also usually need a mat splitter and a dematting rake. After about 3 or 4 hours of carting out the dead coat and undercoat, then I wash and dry thoroughly. As far as this type of shampoo and conditioner is concerned, I don't really think it matters too much, as long as you use a quality product made specifically for dogs. I usually start with the slicker brush to break up the hair in the outer coat. Then I use a big metal comb to comb out the mess. I use a mat splitter and dematting rakes whenever I run into an area that is too thick and or matted. Because he's your dog and he's not a customer's dog that is expecting to pick their dog up, you can break up the brushing into several sections over a few days. Once you can run a metal comb smoothly through his entire coat, then he's ready to be washed and dried. You'll notice that it is going to be 100% easier to wash and dry, and the quality of the finished coat will be 1,000 times better. I hope that helps. So, the thing I wanted to add to that, though, is after you spend the hours, I mean, really, it takes me about 3 hours sometimes 4, just depending on how the dog behaves as well. Sometimes them protesting and pulling back and things like that, the way they behave causes it to take longer because you got to work with that as well. So sometimes it takes like 4 hours. And then the washing takes about an hour, like 30-40 minutes because they're a giant dog. So to get them all lathered up and thoroughly rinsed out takes a good 30-40 minutes, almost an hour. And then to dry them, but when I dry them, they dry so easily. I don't run into the problem that she's mentioning where the hair just seems like it's all tangled up and it looks like it's just all a network of just tangled matted hair all over their body. It just seems like it's just all just a spider web down there. I mean, literally when you start. So I know what she means when she's saying like, does this make sense what I'm saying? Because it's just, it does seem like crazy. But by combing all of that out, by working all of the dead coat and everything, all of that thick dead coat, by working it out of the coat, removing it, right, from the skin, pulling it out of the skin, getting it out of the coat, then when you wash them, it's so smooth. Like you won't feel any tangles. When you dry them, you won't see hair flying everywhere. It's just they dry super easy, fast. And here's the thing. A dog like a Leonberger or a Newfoundland or any of those big, giant fluffy dogs with a big thick coat, when you brush them out, right, after about 3 hours of brushing them and combing them out, you might stand back and say, wow, they look great. Like they don't even need a bath. They smell good now. The smell goes away. The color comes back. The white looks white. The brown looks brown. The black looks black, They look shiny. They look beautiful. Their coat flows. And you're like, I didn't even wash them. I just spent 2-3 hours brushing them. And they look amazing, So I always tell people, comb your dog out thoroughly first, right? And then after sweating, and after putting in all that effort, then if you still feel the urge to wash your dog, by all means. But don't wash your dog before you do that. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. And a lot of people disagree with me, and that's okay. The more people who disagree with me, the more unique I become, my service becomes, And so far, in Atlanta at least, I cannot find another groomer other than, but she's in Flowery Branch, groomer I know. But in the city of Atlanta, I cannot find a groomer who actually does brush out the dogs and comb them out because it takes like an hour, on the smaller dogs, up to 2-3 hours on the bigger dogs. That's before the bath. I cannot find another groomer in Atlanta that actually does that. They start with the bath. They start by putting them in the tub with all the dead, nasty coat, with all the tangles, everything. They just start in the tub and then they shave them. So for me, I feel like I like it when all the other groomers in Atlanta disagree with my process and they disagree with how I do things and they say I'm totally wrong. Because that means if anybody does want my service, I'm the only guy in town to call. And I'm booked, Let's see here. Am I being too honest? Am I being? I don't want to like come across as arrogant or anything. I mean, okay. And dog grooming with Melissa. I wish you were still in Arizona. If you ever come back, let me know, please. I'd love to work with you. I'm in Buckeye. Okay. Now, just between you and me, Melissa, and everybody else is watching this, but I haven't told this to my clients yet because I don't want to alarm anybody. But it sounds like after my ex, her lease is done in Tennessee, in the new place that they moved into. It seems like my ex and my daughters are planning on moving out to Arizona because they liked it out there so much. And I guess my ex and her family and she has people out there that she knows. So in about a year from now, next year, if they do move to Arizona, um, I my daughters are my heart. They're everything to me. Every time I have a day off or any chance I get, I drive 4.5 hours up to Tennessee to see them. Even if I have to just spend a couple hours with them and drive right back because I got to work the next day, I'm willing to drive 9 hours that day just to see them for a couple hours because they're everything to me. I don't want to live. I don't. Life feels meaningless without them. It really does. So, my big dream was to start a grooming school here in Atlanta and really establish myself here. And it kind of it would be tough to leave the business that I started. Like the relationships that I built. But if it does turn out that my ex and my daughters move back out to Arizona, I will most likely start making plans to move out there as well, so I could be near my daughters. But nobody knows what the future holds. No, we can't predict the future. So, who knows? I might not go back out there. I might stay here in Atlanta, which is what I would like. Just stay here in Atlanta, continue serving the clients that I have, and then eventually start a school here. But who knows? But if I'm just saying, if my daughters go out west, I just don't see myself feeling happy being so far away from them. Anyways, Sue Odom, this man leaves his knowledge. What little I have, right? CD, Melissa, you might know this. If you order from Groomer's Choice catalog, you can sign up to view videos from Jay Scruggs. Jay Scrubs. No, it's Jay Scruggs. GGS. Jay Scruggs and Sue's Echo. That's another great way to learn. Exactly. They make some amazing, fantastic videos. Really. They're two of the best groomers to learn from, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't want to throw shade on anybody. Judy Murphy does a great job. Who's other people? I mean, I don't want to say like they're the best. They're better than everybody else. No, I'm just saying that they're great. They're a great resource. Dog Grooming with Melissa. Thanks, CD. I never ordered from them, but no, I'm an Amazon gal. LOL. I'll check them out. Oh, and Grooming with Melissa. If you do order stuff from Amazon, like I do, and you ever want to, like, let's just say you just want to make a quick Instagram video, even, right? It's just a quick video on Instagram, and you're just showing off a product that you used, that you ordered off of Amazon. You can go on Amazon, scroll all the way down to where they have the bottom bar where they have all those little contact us and all that stuff. There's one link called affiliate or partner or something like that, partner program or affiliate program. I can even give you a website. It's affiliate-amazon. Let me see here. I can't remember exactly. Affiliate. Okay, so it's affiliate-program.amazon.com. So that's where you go. Affiliate-program.amazon.com. And sign up to be an affiliate for their affiliate program. So here's what you do. You'll get a dashboard, right? You can search for the product. So for example, you look up Zymox ear cleaner. You know what? Can I share my video? Man. Because I know I could before, but for some reason let me see here. Window capture. Yes, or menu bar. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Cancel. That's not. Shoot, what am I doing? Okay. How come it won't let me? Oh my goodness. Okay, anyways. I'll just see if I can just explain it to you. So you want to go to Windows. Oh shoot. No, Windows. The affiliate-program.amazon.com, right? And then there's a bar where you can search for the product. So you type in Zymox ear cleaner, and then it'll come up. You go on the side, you get a little short link for it, and then in your description of your Instagram video, you can put, Zymox. You can order Zymox on Amazon. You put the little link on there, the little short link to the Amazon code. People click it, and if they buy it, you get a commission. Here's the awesome thing. You get 8%, I believe, on dog products. Here's the awesome thing, though. When they click the link and it takes them to Amazon, it saves a cookie on their computer. So that means for the next 24 or 48 hours, when they log back onto Amazon, whatever they buy, it still credits it to you because your link, sent them to Amazon. So you'll be shocked at the kinds of stuff you're getting commissioned for. I mean, I'm getting commissioned for bath salt, for all kinds of weird stuff, like back patches and all this stuff. And it's because I was confused. I was like, what's going on? I thought I was gonna get in trouble. I thought Amazon was gonna ask for the money back or something. I was like, I don't want to get commissioned for if by accident. What if I spend this money and then Amazon wants that money back? They're like, hey, we gave you the wrong commission. So I started looking into it, and I realized, like, what? That's what happens. So they click the link, takes them to Amazon. Let's say they don't buy the product that day. They just put it in their cart, and they say, I'll just buy it, tomorrow or the next day or something. They go back onto Amazon, and they purchase, they go to their cart, and they make the purchase. That means that let's say they had 3 other items in their cart, you get commission on those 3 items as well. Isn't that amazing? So it creates, and it's not a lot of money, but it is something that helps on the side. It's like a little side income, a little passive income. And, let's say you were going to make that Instagram video anyways, right? And people were probably going to ask you about the product anyways. Where can I buy it? So, it's not like it's anything that you have to, set aside and put extra hours into. It's stuff that you were going to do anyways, but it's just a few extra clicks. And then you put the link in there, and then you just leave it. And then, let's say a year or 2 later, people are still watching that video and they're still clicking that link. A year or 2 later, in your sleep, you're still getting paid commission for that video you made 2 years ago, right? So, if you want to talk more about this, maybe we could just do like a private chat or something, and I'll walk you through all of it. Let's see here. And that way, by having a little bit of passive income coming in, it gives you a little bit of breathing room. It gives you a little bit of a safety net, so you don't have to feel so pressured all the time to groom for the money. And then you can start grooming more for the love of grooming, because there's some extra income coming in on the side. Pinkie Pie, yes, super styling sessions is great. Jay and Sue are fantastic teachers. Definitely worth the subscription. Yes. And Sue, Zeko, and Jay Scruggs, probably the nicest people you'll ever meet. CD, it's so worth it, Melissa. Awesome. She said, noted. Thank you, CD. Pinkie Pie, also Melissa Verplank's Learn to Groom Dogs. It's a great learning platform. Lots of variety of videos and breeds. Yeah. And I love her book, Notes from the Grooming Table, and the pocket notes. I love that. Grooming with Melissa. Thanks. I'm pretty confident most grooms, depending on the dog, learning from books and YouTube. I've opened up my shop 2 years ago and have wonderful clients, but not making ends meet. So I applied at PetSmart, have my second interview Thursday. I'm not going to quit my home job, just need steady income and more training. I have 2 great Pyrenees that I do that with. Sometimes I don't want to wash them, LOL, but I do anyways. The pair takes me 5 to 6 hours. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty fast. 2 great Pyrenees, 5 to 6 hours. It's doing pretty good. And it's hard, right? You're sweating the whole time. That's like a 5-6 hour CrossFit workout, So, I mean, and I like to actually think of it that way. I tell people I get paid to exercise and burn calories, and I look at it that way, like I'm actually getting paid to exercise, because They did a, oh my goodness, what was her name? I forget her name right now, but on YouTube, there was this TED Talk, and this she's a doctor or something. But anyways, she was doing a social experiment, and they got, I think, 84 hotel maids together, right? And what they did was they separated the maids into two different groups. One group, they showed them a 15-minute video that, and also gave them some handouts, and that showed them how the work that they do is actually very healthy for them, and it's great, and it exceeds the amount of activity recommended for each day. And they're showing how, by vacuuming, using the different muscle groups, by making the bed, they're working their shoulders and stuff, and walking up and down the stairs, they're working out their legs, and and all of this was made up. None of this was actually true, but they just made it seem like this was all, scientifically studied and done and proven, and the work that hotel maids do is actually very, very healthy, and they should see a reduction in their, blood pressure and all this stuff, right? So they show them this video, this presentation. The second group of hotel maids, nothing. They didn't get any presentation, nothing, right? And so they just watched them. And then they came back and they also took measurements of their blood pressure. They just took all the standard measurements, right? All the standard tests. Then they came back a few months later and they tested the same hotel maids. The group that didn't get the presentation, no changes, right? And pretty much expected. The group that got the presentation, though, that saw the video and that got the handouts, they saw a huge reduction in their blood sugar, like all this stuff, their blood pressure level, everything was, and they lost weight, they looked healthier, there was a glow about them. And then they went back like a year later, I think, to just follow up. And the hotel maids who got that presentation, a good percentage of them, I can't remember the exact number, but a good percentage of them actually said that they started to join gyms and they started to become more healthy and started to do they started to live a more active lifestyle, because, so here's the point. The way you look at the work that you do has a tremendous effect on your physical health. If you do your job, like in the case of the hotel maids, like it's just a job. You're just there to clean up dirty rooms, right? And you just vacuum, whatever, make the beds, whatever, just make sure you don't get yelled at or you don't get in trouble. Make sure you just do what you got to do. Then every day you go home, you're tired, you eat, whatever, and nothing really changes, and your health probably won't do any good for your health. But just by looking at the work that they did in a different way, and the hotel maids who got that presentation, they probably had a little bit more of a pep in their step. They probably walked up the stairs like they were at the gym, and vacuumed in a more deliberate, intentional way. When they make the beds even, they're smoothing it out. They're like, oh, this is working out my. So the way that they looked at the work that they did and the way they did it had a tremendous effect, long-term effects on their health. Isn't that amazing? So same thing with dog groomers. I think we can look at our job, the work that we do, as just a dirty job. I just wash dirty dogs. Okay, come here, let me do your nails. Let me squeeze your anal glands, We could do it that way. And then you go home kind of feeling tired, probably eat late at night, probably drink some, and then you sleep. You wake up kind of groggy, drink some coffee to get yourself going. Maybe stop by and buy some fast food for breakfast. And then you kind of feel, tired, and you drag yourself. And it's like, you can do it that way. And by the time you're 50 or 60 years old, it'll probably look like you're ready to, hang it up. Or you can work in a different way where you really look at the work that you're doing as something that's important and something that is actually good for your physical health, right? And you're using your body, you're using your muscles, you're burning calories, and you look at your job this way, then by the time you're 50 or 60 years old, you might still be able to at least teach and do all this stuff, and you'll be more energetic. There are some people at 40 or 50 years old that look better than they did when they were in their 20s, because in their 20s they didn't take care of themselves and they were unhealthy and they were probably overweight. And then all of a sudden they start making changes in their 40s and 50s, and now they're all muscular and they look even better than they did when they were in their 20s. So Anyways, Suodom, your family is everything. Yes. Yeah, family really is like, everything. Like, I realize without having my kids with me and without having, someone to share experiences with, I mean, it just kind of feels meaningless. Everything just kind of feels meaningless. Suodom, I love Jay. He lives in Memphis, about 100 miles from me. Nice. Yeah. um, Funny thing about Jay, I have a. No, you know what? I'm not gonna tell this story. I'm not gonna tell this story. Okay, no, I gotta tell it now. Now I have to tell it because then it's gonna look like okay. So Jay Scruggs was well, he still is. I mean, I still look up to the guy. He's like one of my personal heroes in the grooming industry. But I made a huge mistake. I saw Jay Scruggs at Super Zoo in Las Vegas, right, one year. And then I took a selfie with them. We joked around a little. We talked a little bit. And I was like, wow, I really like him. And seems like he likes me too. So then, and he, Atlanta Pet Fair the next year in March. Hey, well, how are you, Jay? Good to see you. And then I said something very stupid. And I didn't mean for it to come out the way it did. We were talking about, I was saying how I think it's such a shame how it seems like every other industry is getting such great publicity and they're getting all these TV shows made, reality shows made for cooking. All these chefs have their own shows and chef shows, and there's home fix-it shows, there's do-it-yourself shows. There's all these, there's even people who do like body art painting. There's the people that do tattoos. All of these other industries are getting so much great publicity and all these cool shows being made. And I was like, what about the dog groomers? Like we're just kind of, the only show that I can think of is Groomer Has It, right? Groomer, was it called Groomer Has It? And I hated that show. Like every episode I cringe because they made the groomers look so petty and catty, and they talked down to the groomers sometimes, the judges did. And there was one time where this one judge told Lisa Leedy, because they were supposed to use this the clipper vac, and Lisa never used the clipper vac before, so she was unfamiliar with it. And they were doing a golden doodle or something. They were grooming a doodle, and the judge, who was a vet, looks at Lisa Leedy and says, "My granddaughter could have done a better job than you." To Lisa Leedy, I wanted to jump through the screen and just choke her. I was just like, you don't say that to Lisa, So anyways, I hated that show. I hate Groomer Has It. What a stupid show. And I'm just like, I was telling Jay, I was like, I just think it's a shame. There's so many talented groomers like you, like yourself. And I was like, why aren't there shows being made with you? I was like, and I told him, when I got a selfie with him and Suze Echo, I was like, I was so excited. I showed all my clients when I got back, and none of them knew who you were. No one had any idea who you were. And that's when I saw his facial expression change, and conversation was pretty much over. And the next day, I caught his eye. I made eye contact. I tried to wave and say hi. He turned around and what? So I was like, freak, man, what an idiot. Why did I say that? And I was like, I wasn't trying to make it seem like, hey, you're a nobody. Nobody knows who you are outside the grooming industry. I know how probably it came across, but that's not how I meant it. I was saying that, like, it's a real shame, and he should be known. He should be a household name. Anybody that owns a pet should know who Jay Scruggs is. But they don't. And that's, to me, unacceptable. But I think it came across to him as I was telling him, hey, bruh, you ain't nothing special. Nobody knows who you are. None of my clients have any idea who you are. Oh, what an idiot. Why did I say that? So anyways, Jay Scruggs probably does not like me, but I just want him to know, if anyone does talk to Jay Scruggs, let him know if he does have any negative feelings towards me, the feeling's not mutual. I still have this much respect for him. I still feel the same way about him. I still think that he should be on TV. Okay, anyways. Let's see. Pinkie Pie, we've got Pooch Perfect and Well Groomed now. Pooch Perfect and Well Groomed. Oh, really? I gotta look that up. Okay, I'll look that up, Pinkie Pie. Thank you. I didn't know about those shows. Pooch Perfect and Well Groomed. Okay. Groomer Has It gave me anxiety. Yeah, I mean, shoot, man. It gave me it really stressed me out. I think I had diarrhea after each episode. Shoot. Upset my stomach. Anyways, what a terrible show Groomer has it. I mean, I felt bad for the groomers that were on there. You know, Jonathan David was one of them. Jorge's one of the coolest guys I've ever met. And actually on the show they did kind of edit him pretty well. They made him look pretty good on the show. But yeah, I really didn't like that show. I love the groomers who were on it. I love Lisa Leedy. I love all of them. But I just didn't like how they treated them. I didn't like how the show was edited. And it made groomers look pretty petty. It made them look pretty catty, and just I don't think it uplifted the grooming industry. I think it kind of had a very condescending tone to it. And it was almost like they got a kick out of talking down to the groomers, you know, and made me want to kick their asses. Seriously, every single one of them. I was about to tie all their shoes together, you know, so they could trip and fall on their face. Because I'm not a violent guy anymore, so I'm a little too old to be fighting and getting physically violent with people. So I'll probably just tie their shoelaces together when they're not looking, you know, something like that. Anyways, let's see. So got that email. So I have other emails that I did email back, and there's several I haven't even gotten to yet. So maybe what I'll do is stream live again on another night that I have time, and we'll go through another email that I didn't get a chance to get to, and I'll go ahead and answer it live. And hopefully I won't say anything stupid. Let's see, Pinkie Pie. Whatever happened to the judge guy? LOL. He was so creepy. I don't know. Maybe someone put a hit out on him. Deborah, where do we find these grooming shows? Which channels? Or is it a Netflix show? Would love to watch them. Well, Deborah, Groomer has it. I watched several episodes on YouTube. So they have full episodes of Groomer has it on YouTube. I think they have like a couple seasons or something like that. But I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. You know, you're never gonna get that time back. You know, the time you spend watching those shows, the Groomer Has It episodes, you're never gonna get that time back. Sue Odom, did you get to meet Victor? Victor Rosado? Oh my God, I got a funny story about Victor. Okay, I'm not gonna tell it because he's actually pretty cool, and I know. Okay, I'm gonna tell it. Okay, this is the last story, and then I'm gonna go. So, I was at Super Zoo, and I had my media pass, right? I had my media badge, and I'm walking around with my old camcorder, my outdated camcorder, and I'm walking around, videoing and everything, and then all of a sudden I hear Jun the Groomer, and I look up, and it's this groomer that I was kind of joking around with at the time, and he's like, Jun the Groomer, and then I was like, hey, what's up, I was like, thank you for recognizing me, just as a joke, and then he was like, why don't you, he was like, you should be up here grooming with us, and I was like, what an idiot I am. I was like, I want to give everybody else a chance. And then I was like, well, and also, when you're famous like I am, you don't have to do stuff like that. And I really wasn't even thinking, obviously. And there's Victor Rosado standing right next to him. And he looks at me. And the look that I got, I mean, maybe I'm reading too much into this. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But the look that I got was, the fuck? Like he was looking at me like, who the hell you think you are? And I was just like, ugh, I shouldn't have said that. I was like, oh no, and I just felt this anxiety build up. Oh my God. So I was just like, oh no, I messed up. So anyways, okay. So Victor, I'm not sure if he remembers that. And I'm not sure if he likes me or not, but if he doesn't like me, probably has a good reason, and that probably is it. He probably thinks, and the thing is, I joke that way to cover up how insecure I am. But people who don't know me, I'm pretty sure it comes across very, very bad. Um, Miguel Martinez, have you ever had other dog jobs other than grooming? No, grooming's it. I like Groomer TV on Facebook. The competitors are good. Nice. See what? Wow, you cracked me up. I'm glad you like it, Sue. But yeah, in the grooming industry, I don't think I don't think that I'm very well liked, and there's a good reason for it. There's a very good reason for it. I can't even say like I don't know why they don't like me. Shoot, I don't know what did I do. I know exactly what I did. I opened up my stupid mouth and I inserted my foot. Bam, open mouth, insert foot. And so yeah, people are like, "Oh, that's the guy that puts his foot in his mouth all the time." But yeah, so I guess they say never meet your heroes, right? Because you might end up saying something that makes them look at you with the big WTF over their head. They're like, "What?" Deborah Emmy, great, thank you. Hee hee. I'm a new groomer in North Carolina. If you do get the chance to train, I would love to come to a teaching seminar or extending training of some sort. Please let me know. Nice. Okay. Um, you know, Dolores and I, I have a groomer friend named Dolores, and she owns a grooming salon in her basement, actually, in the basement of her home, and she set it up so nice, and it's called Cool Under the Collar. We did a workshop for only 5 people because we didn't want to like overcrowd the place, and we wanted each person that came to actually get value from it. And so we only invited 5 people. We only had made room for 5 people, so there was 5 spaces. And I was worried. I was like, oh my god, like what if nobody signs up? But immediately all 5 spaces got filled up. And then I think it was from what I hear, we got great feedback, and several of the people said that they would come again if we did another workshop. So Dolores and I were talking about it, and it's just trying to find the right time and coordinate because I'm so busy, she's so busy. But Deborah, email me your contact information, or just email me saying hi. That way I'll have your email address, and that way when Dolores and I decide when we're gonna do another workshop, I'll go ahead and email you, and then you'll be the first to know. And then it'll be a hands-on. It'll be hands-on. We'll have a dog. We'll work on it together. And any questions you have. Dolores is a fantastic groomer as well, so you'll have both myself and Dolores there, and we might learn from you. Even, and that'll be great because, we charged $100 to attend. And it was a 2 day seminar, a 2 day workshop for $100. So we didn't want to charge any more than that because we want it to be accessible, and we understand that like people need to make money. So anyways, yeah. So basically, if we end up learning stuff from you, that would be awesome because you'd be paying me $100 to teach me. Okay, because that's how noble I am. See how noble I am? Let's see. Sue Odom, trying to be funny. I asked a friend one time if their mom had any kids that lived. Any kids that lived. It took her a minute, but she finally laughed. If I asked I asked a friend one time if their mom had any kids that lived. Oh man, I don't get it. I'm slow. Anyways. It's taking me more than a minute to get this. Deborah says, I would love that. What is your email? My email is junthegroomer@gmail.com. And let's see, per feet that is affordable for me as well. Okay, you're probably saying perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah, because the thing is, I actually was telling Dolores, I was like, let's just, I don't even mind if it's free, but then I didn't want to use her place and and just not pay her anything. I wanted to make sure Dolores got compensated for us using her place and everything. So I even told Dolores, I was like, you can keep all the money. I was like, I just want the opportunity to have that experience, of conducting a workshop and trying to present what I know and trying to be helpful and teach and, because that's not what I do. I'm a groomer. I'm not a teacher yet. I strive to be. I want to be one day. So for me, I was thinking, I don't care if I don't get paid at all for this monetarily. You know, my reward is the experience that I would get actually doing the hands-on workshop so that I can get better and better. And then one day I may get to the point where I can charge, a good fee, and it'll be worth it. That's the thing. I want it to be worth it. If I'm going to charge somebody, I want it to be worth it. Even more. I always want to deliver more in value than I accept in payment. When I drive away from my client's house, that's my goal. I like to fantasize that the family's high-fiving each other. Like, yes, we won. I want them to feel like they got the better end of the deal, that they won, because I always want to give more than I'm getting paid for in order to make an investment in my own future. So anyways, but Deborah, yes, send me an email and I'll talk to Dolores, and once we can find a date, a weekend that we can actually, and actually in your email, how about you tell me if there's a certain month that is better, or a certain month that's just really busy for you, you won't be able to make it. Let me know what your schedule looks like in the next few months. That'll help me out as well when I talk to Dolores and say, okay, it looks like this is the month or this is the weekend that some people are, and then once we decide on a date, then I'll go ahead and email you back and let you know this is a date, what's it, what do you think? And then that way we'll get you here working with Dolores and I. And my goal is after the 2 days of spending, doing that workshop with us, I want you to leave feeling super confident, not just in your grooming skills, but marketing, branding, and all of that. So, because the first day what we did was we did hands-on grooming and actually grooming the dogs. Then the second day was the business workshop. And we came up with a business plan. I have a business strategy forms that I got from my mentor, and we went through that, and so we're gonna go through marketing, business, branding, all of that. And that way, when you go back to North Carolina, I want you to go back feeling so excited and so super confident, knowing that you have all these new ideas to implement in your business. Lee says, Sue Odom, that joke is hilarious. Now I feel like an idiot. Okay, hold on. Let me study this. I asked a friend one time if their mom had any kids that lived. Oh my goodness, I feel so, wow. Oh, my head hurts. Okay, because that the joke would be because your friend is dead inside, right? Your friend has no heart. They're not, right? Is that the joke? Oh man, I'm looking like an idiot. Y'all got to video it. Sue. Oh no. See, so that was what we decided as well, because people were paying $100 and they were making, lots of arrangements to come from out of state to come to the workshop. We wanted it to be special for them, and we didn't want to, that was a suggestion that was made. Let's live stream it so that everybody can benefit from the information we share in the workshop. But then we decided it might cheapen the experience for the people that actually paid and made the effort to come. And so that's why we decided not to record it, not to video it, not to put it out there, because we wanted it to be a very one-on-one, personal, intimate experience, made specially for the people who attended. So yeah, if we do another workshop, probably not gonna live stream it or anything like that. Deborah, sorry, it's getting too familiar, right? We're not at that level yet, right? Are we? Can I call you Debbie? Deborah Amy says, it is so nice to hear that you are humble and sincere. That is my heart as well. I love your heart, and yes, I will email you. Just please don't forget me. This would be a wonderful opportunity. Awesome, Deborah. Dog grooming with Melissa. Had to get my son to bed. Back to school tomorrow. Have a wonderful night, guys. Awesome. Good night. And tell your son good night. Well, he doesn't know me. So oh, man. That would be weird, right? Hey, tell your son good night for me. Anyways. See what that's true. Yeah. So, but Sue, you know, where are you located? Because if you're serious, if you seriously are interested, then maybe I wouldn't mind like flying out to wherever you are for a day and working one on one with you. But you know, and again, I wouldn't charge you for it. I would probably ask you to pay for my if I have to fly out there. I'd probably ask you to pay for my cover my travel expense. But I wouldn't charge you anything extra on top of that. Um, you know, again, because for me, I would feel so honored and to have the privilege to get that experience to go out and actually work with someone hands on. um, Tennessee. So I drive to Tennessee like like 2-3 times a month. My kids are in Ashland City, so I drive up to Ashland City. But yeah, if you're in Tennessee, let me know. Muriel Enright. In Australia, we have a new show called Pooch Perfect with Rebel Wilson that is due for release this year. 10 groomers in competition. Oh, nice. Okay. Grooming with Melissa. Oh, yes, he does. He watches with me. Good night. Hit me up when you're in Arizona again. Oh, missed that part if you answered me. Oh, yeah, no. I was saying that, I may end up back in Arizona in a year from now if my ex and my daughters move back out there. After their lease is done in a year, they're thinking about moving back out to Arizona. And if that happens, then I may seriously consider moving back out to Arizona because I have to be within driving distance of my kids. I just have to. Deborah Amy, oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Awesome. Okay, perfect. So, wow, it's 10 o'clock. It's 10:10. I gotta get to sleep. I gotta wake up super early tomorrow morning. I'm actually 69 and been grooming 52 years. I'm about 75 miles from Ashland City. Wow, that's amazing. 69 and been grooming 52 years. I would go and I would love to hang out with you for a day just to pick your brain. Shoot, I might have to pay you for your time. Muriel Enright just retracted a message. That's cool. Retract your message. I didn't want it anyways. Fine, take it. I don't care. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. Before I spend any more time, I had no idea it was 10 o'clock. Oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock. Wow, how long have we been streaming? Oh my God, an hour and 42 minutes. Time flies when you're being an idiot. I'm kidding. All right, anyways, thank you so much, guys, for your attention. For your time. I hope that this was helpful, especially with the bigger dogs. If you have a big dog like a Leonberger, Saint Bernard, Newfoundland, a lot of these dogs, a lot of times they don't really need a bath. I think that a lot of times dog owners are a little bit unrealistic in their expectations of what a bath is going to do for them, especially when their dog's all tangled up and thick. Combing and brushing all of that out, that's going to do so much more for you and give you the benefits that you're actually looking for. That soft, silky, fluffy, nice coat. The brushing and combing is going to get that result for you, not the washing and drying. In fact, just like the email said, washing and drying sometimes causes it to tangle up even more. So, brush more, bathe less. Oh shoot, got some more. Pinkie Pie, bye Pinkie Pie. Deborah says, thank you so much for this time with you. God bless you. God bless you too. Thank you so much. Sue says, good night. Triple Lotus. Wow, were you here the whole time? Thank you. Bye, June and everybody. Awesome. Triple Lotus. Why didn't you say hi earlier? Did you? And I didn't see it? Oh my goodness. Triple Lotus. Oh yes, she was one of the first ones. Said, hello, June. Happy New Year. Okay. Oh my goodness, Triple Lotus. Why were you so quiet the whole time? Triple Lotus has been a good friend of mine since I started the YouTube channel back, right? I think that's the same Triple Lotus because, wow. And there were times back when I was in the Chambly house about, 5 years ago, working out of the house and struggling. And there would be like some times late at night, I would feel so depressed. I would feel so scared. Just with the overwhelming debt and everything, because I just failed the business, and I was feeling so hopeless sometimes, and I would read comments that Triple Lotus would say to encourage me. And I'll never forget that. It meant so much to me, Triple Lotus. Polyester says good night. Good night. Man, I gotta stop being so sensitive. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. Polyester. And then CD says thank you. And Angel Pennington, thank you for sharing knowledge with us as it pertains to the grooming business. I love your channel. Thank you so much, Angel. Lee says, it's been awesome as usual. Thanks. I mean, what did you expect, Lee? What did you expect? You know what I'm saying? These are exactly the type of jokes that cause people to dislike me. I don't know why I keep saying them. Muriel Enright, Pooch Perfect prize, $100,000. They get creative groomers as parts. Wow. 100 G's? Deborah Amy, Muriel, is it available for USA viewers? $100,000. Do you know who won? Yeah, Victoria asks, Triple Lotus. Yup, same Triple Lotus, still hanging with June. Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. And I don't know, Yuri, right? I remember there's this guy from Germany who would really encourage me. But anyways, let's see. Lee says, no, sensitive is good. No, it really isn't. I mean, shoot. It just, I don't like being so sensitive. I don't like feeling all these emotions all the time so much, but it's just, I guess it's just who I am. I didn't even know the term before, but I guess I'm an empath, right? The more I read about what an empath is, like, it's almost like I'm the exact definition of an empath, It's like, holy cow. But at least I know that there's nothing wrong with me. I was thinking, like, is there something wrong with my brain? Is there something wrong with my brain chemistry? Like, why do I get so emotional all the time? But yeah, it's probably because I'm an empath. But anyways, I better get going. I gotta wake up super early. My mom is leaving for Korea tomorrow morning. We gotta leave the house by 5 in the morning. So no won't have my mom around anymore. My wife and daughters are out of the house. So it's just me. It's just me and the dogs now. My brother doesn't live with me anymore. Shoot, it's just me and my dogs. Deborah Amy says, what is an empath? You know what? I'll read you the definition of an empath. Empath. No, not empathy. Empath. Okay, so the dictionary definition of an empath: a person with the paranormal ability to apprehend the mental or emotional state of another individual. That didn't clear anything up. In fact, it just made it more confusing. Okay, so on Google it says, what does it mean to be an empath? Empaths are highly sensitive individuals who have a keen ability to sense what people around them are thinking and feeling. Psychologists may use the term empath to describe a person that experiences a great deal of empathy, often to the point of taking the pain of others at their own expense. And that's me. And honestly, it's like, I think that it's what helps me be a dog. It's what allows me to work with these extremely aggressive dogs that bite the crap out of your hand. Look at that bruise I got my, look at this on my hand. Look at all these bite marks. That was from a new client. But I think that being an empath is what enables me to work with these dogs that are super aggressive because they're scared. And I understand that. I feel it. I feel the fear that they feel. I even told people in one of the live streams I did a couple years ago that when I touch a dog, I literally feel the energy transfer, and I start to feel the anxiety that they're feeling, right? And so I have my hand on the dog, and I breathe out the anxiety, and I bring myself to a more calm, balanced state, and then the dog actually calms down too. And the way I explain it is almost like the Green Mile. You know how that big what's his name? what's that character's name? But anyways, in the Green Mile, he sucks out whatever illness is afflicting that person. He takes it into his own body, and then he lets it out in the form of flies flying out of his mouth. It's a movie called The Green Mile with Tom Hanks. But that's kind of how I feel. A dog that is super scared and just fearful. They're scared for their life, and they're just in the full attack mode. I can literally feel what they're feeling, and then I feel it, and then I have to and breathe the anxiety out of myself, and then the dogs calm down. Isn't that crazy? And so I really feel like it's a blessing and a curse. I don't, and it drains me sometimes, and that's why sometimes I just go away for a few weeks, and I'm just like I'm just kind of in my own. I go to work, and then I come home, and I just want to be in bed. I want to be myself. I have to recharge because I'm also an introvert, and so whenever I interact with lots of people, and then I hear stories and they share things about me, and I can start to feel their pain. I can start to feel the sadness that they're going through. It literally drains me. I feel it, and then I cry with people all the time when people call me. And dog grooming is especially tough. A lot of dog groomers have called me and contacted me because they were on the verge of suicide. And some of them were in full-blown panic attacks when I call them. And we cry together. And I don't even know what to say or what to do, and I just cry with them, and I just tell them like I feel what you feel. I understand, and I think that sometimes that's all somebody needs to hear, is that someone understands, and somebody knows what you're feeling. Somebody understands you, because I think sometimes all we really want is to feel understood. To feel accepted, And so, when that happens, I just need to take a few days and just recover and recharge, because so much comes out of me. When I groom a dog that's extremely aggressive, like the one down in Florida, I need that time. The 8 hours that it takes to drive back from Florida to Atlanta, I need that time, that alone time, to recharge, recover. So it's a curse in a way, but it's also a blessing, because if I didn't have this, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. Let's see here. Lee Raleigh says, "It's not a weakness, it's a gift. Yes, you are. I spotted it right away. Kindred spirits." Nice. Deborah says, "Sorry to hear about your breakup and your heart hurting over your beautiful girls. I'm praying for you." Thank you so much, Deborah. And the thing is, I can't say that I'm happy or I'm grateful or I'm glad that any of this happened to me, or I'm going through any of this. I'm not. I'm not grateful for the divorce and the situation I'm in. But I do see the value in it, because it's caused me, it really has forced me, it humbled me, and I'm much more empathetic, and it killed any desire. It wiped out any desire that I had in me to be judgmental towards anyone else, because now I just feel like, who am I to judge anybody? I'm a failure. I failed at probably the most important thing in life, which is your family. So once you feel that big, it's like nothing else scares you. It's like I've already lost the most important thing, that was, my family. It's like the worst has already happened. Now I pretty much have, I don't really fear anything else. Let's see here. Leo says, "Yes, it is. I have to leave really crowded places because all that energy destroys me." That's interesting. Love that movie. Made me cry. Yeah, The Green Mile. Oh my God. I also listened to the audiobook as well, and the book is just as good, if not better. Victoria says, yes, you need to look after yourself mentally. You are a risk of burnout. It's happened to me. I've had to have 6 months of intense psychotherapy. Wow, Victoria. So you're probably an empath as well, right? You're probably maybe an introverted empath like myself. And the people are so shocked when I tell them I'm actually introvert. I'm actually shy and insecure, and I'm the thing is, I love people so much though, and I get so excited, and again, I can't hide my excitement. So when I am in a group, around a group of people, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so into it. But then when I leave, I'm like drained and I'm just tired. And so people are like, you're an introvert? It's like, yeah, I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but I'm an extroverted introvert. Angel says, yes, being an empath is a blessing and curse, but it is also a great gift to feel. Yeah. And I see that now. It's like, I actually should be grateful for the sadness that I feel, the intense, sometimes unbearable pain that you feel in your heart. I should be happy. I should be grateful, because just like a good movie wouldn't leave out the sad parts, the really sad parts, the difficult parts, the emotionally difficult parts of a movie is what makes that movie so great, right? Like the Green Mile, right? You cried, I cried. But what if they took out all the sad parts and just made it a happy movie? It's like, you could only take happy-go-lucky movies so much, before it gets boring. It's like, and the directors of Marvel Endgame, I listened to like their bonus features where they talk over the movie, and that scene where Tony Stark, where everybody was saying goodbye to Tony Stark and doing almost like a ceremonial goodbye to him. And in that scene, the directors, they were saying, we wanted the audience to experience the full range of human emotions. The laughter and the sadness and the tears. They wanted the audience to have that full experience, the human experience. And I was just thinking, wow, what if that's what God is doing for us? Or if you don't believe in God or whatever you believe, but what if there is a director, some sort of director, some sort of intelligence guiding our lives, right? Directing your movie of your life. What if that director is actually trying to not rob you of that full human experience? What if they're actually giving you the really tough, sad times, and the times where you cry and you feel like the world has just gone dark and nobody cares about you and you're all alone and you feel hopeless and helpless? Maybe that's because the director of your life wants you to have that full experience. They don't want to rob you of that, right? And edit that part out of your life so you only have happy moments. What if in the director's great wisdom, they're including these sad parts of our lives so we can live a full life? And when we're done with our time here on earth, we can say, wow, what a great movie. It made me cry. It made me laugh. I loved it, Let's see here. Victoria says, look into homeopathy and Bach flower remedies to help you emotionally. Okay. Sue Odom, so glad to know someone is going through what I go through. Not good feelings. I can relate. Sue, wow. Seriously, Sue. Email me, junthegroomer@gmail.com. Let me know where your shop is or wherever you want to meet. We got to meet up. Deborah says, I understand. I feel the same. I just didn't know that there was a name for it. Just being there and giving people a soft place to fall is extremely healing. I am glad you take time to heal. I'm glad you can take time to heal. Thank you, Deborah. Angel says, there isn't a positive without a negative. It's all about balance. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I realize if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of others. I have to take care of myself so that I'm well enough to help others. So I'm able to, right? Lee says, I've had to learn how to protect myself from it because I don't realize it until it was too late. Too hard to recover from. Deborah says, no, you are not a failure. Sometimes we just fall at times, but you're getting up again, and that is important. This is where we learn to fish and follow and trust him through it all. Nice. I like that. Deborah says, absolutely true. The finished canvas will be amazing. Yeah. And that's the thing. I actually entertained thoughts of suicide earlier this year. I actually called the suicide hotline, and I never thought I would. I've seen Facebook posts before of like, hey, mental health awareness, the suicide hotline. And I would always think to myself, yeah, that's nice for them, for those people, not for me. I would never need that. But then it hit home, and then But here's the thing. Here's what the idea, the thought that popped in my mind that really made sense to me. I thought to myself, whether I want to or not, I'm going to die eventually, right? Even if I didn't want to die, it's going to happen, whether I want it to or not. So why rush it? Why not just live and see how it all plays out, right? And if our life is our own unique movie, right? Then why would I want to end the movie of my life short? Let's see how it turns out. We haven't even got to the climax yet, So that kind of helped me feel a little better. It's like, yeah, you know what? Whether I want to or not, my time here will end. So why cut it short? Why be impatient, right? Let's let it play out, and let's just see how it all turns out. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Sorry if it got a little heavy there. I'm working on that. I'm trying to not get so emotional, always keep it light, but sometimes you can't help who you are, right? But anyways, hopefully everyone has a great night. I'll see you when I see you. I really don't know when I'll stream again, but hopefully it won't be too long. Wait, you know what? Let's go ahead and just check my schedule here. Next Tuesday night, the 14th. So let's do that. Next Tuesday evening, I will make it a point to pull up another email that I haven't got to that has a grooming question in it, and I'll do another live stream where we answer the question and also answer questions from people who are watching live. So next Tuesday evening, and I'm not even going to commit to a time because I don't like breaking promises. So we'll just say Tuesday evening at some time. Sue says, I've always felt God gave us this life, and it's not ours to take. Yeah. Who do I think I am, right? Who am I? My time is done. Who am I to make that decision? That's not my decision to make. You're absolutely right, Sue. Sue says, love you and look forward to meeting you. Me too, Sue. Seriously, are you into younger guys? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. As far as dating goes, I am done. And here's why. It's not because I'm bitter. It's not because of anything like that. I just realized I was talking to a 40-year-old, a lady. She's 40 years old, and she hasn't been married yet, but she did freeze her eggs in case she gets married. She does want that wedding. She wants kids. She still has that dream, and I just realized probably most women are gonna be like that. If I start dating somebody, right, then if they're not psychotic, they're probably going to want the relationship to progress, right? And they're probably going to want to eventually have a commitment, maybe a wedding or marriage, and then they might want kids. And I'm through with that. I really just want to focus on my 2 kids that I have now. I don't want any more kids. I don't see myself getting into another marriage. I just want to focus on my 2 children. They're everything to me. And so I feel like it would be unfair. It would be unfair, almost misleading for me to start dating other women. It would just be unfair to them. Unless I meet a lady who is also divorced and she doesn't want kids and maybe just wants to have a good time and hang out, But yeah, as far as dating goes, I joke around about it like I'm flirty or something, but honestly, I'm done. One of my friends was even like, dude, you should get on Tinder. I was like, why would I get on Tinder? But anyways, Deborah says blessings. Lee, truth. Deborah says good for you. Yeah, and hopefully by taking myself off the market, people might find me more attractive. The whole idea you want what you can't have, Make myself unavailable. Smart, yeah, see? I'm kidding. No, more is because I feel like it would just be totally unfair to the other person, because I would be doing it just to kind of fill like an emotional void, kind of. And so I would literally be using that person to kind of fill a need that I have selfishly, the desire to have that companionship, that physical touch and comfort, that affection. But then I would have nothing to offer in return as far as commitment and a future and things like that. So I just feel like it would be unfair to the other person. So for me, we'll see. Maybe if those Japanese robots develop enough, get myself a Japanese robot, right? Shoot. Anyways, this is getting weird. I'm sorry. Am I being weird? I'm being weird. Deborah says, our gifts grow up too fast. Oh, our girls grow, and then it's over. Cherish every moment. Exactly. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for tolerating me. I appreciate it. I will make a more conscious effort not to get weird in my live streams. See you guys.